Generally speaking, what has been the response of the Indian NGO sector to the development of GuideStar India?
I would say overwhelmingly it's been very, very positive. Except for 1 to 2 organizations, I would say a bit skeptical or would like, you often have people come and present elegant ideas, but some people would like to actually see action on the ground. So I'm pretty confident of even getting some of the skeptical observers come around and see, because we're actually trying to do something that is to enable the voluntary sector. And my team members aren't too happy when I give sometimes examples of saying we are like the janitors, or we are like people who are collecting a lot of information and are going to clean it up and put it up there. I can see that broad smile on your face. But I see ourselves actually doing something that not very many people like to do. From whatever the 8 odd years that I've spent in the voluntary sector, I think GuideStar's concept is so interesting and so useful. It's like the vanilla layer on which a whole lot of other players in the voluntary sector are going to build their activities on top of it. And if you have some time, I'd actually like to narrate a little story here. We were in Bangalore at a workshop for the Joy of Giving Week, and we were at Dell Computers, who actually supported Give India by giving their space. And there were about 7 of us from completely different organizations standing shoulder to shoulder trying to register NGOs. And in the process, we were actually helping the NGOs themselves get to participate in the Joy of Giving Week. We were helping the volunteers from I Volunteer have a volunteering experience. So in a sense, we were all kind of standing together there, trying to help each other with every little glitch that came up, and worked so seamlessly. And to me, that was like the high point of that Saturday, 27th of June, that literally here is a platform where everyone can easily connect and work towards a common purpose.
Good story. So I know you mentioned Give India and you mentioned Credibility Alliance. Are there any other major partners?
Oh yes, I'd like to talk about propoor.org, and my friend Yumi there has been helpful even before the thought of GuideStar India ever occurred to us. Yumi comes from Charity Focus, and they are the people who run propoor.org, and they have 22,000 plus members in South Asia. And they actually, when GuideStar was in the project phase, they actually passed on their database, data dump, to GuideStar, and it's now a little over 2 years since then, and they have promised to support yet again. We have a lot of their members actually writing into us at our blog, so they're like a great supporter. MCC, Murray Culture Consulting, that kind of held this project and helped in defining the technical requirements, etc. They Murray and his team continue to support GuideStar. And while I may not be able to take the names of many other people, I would say the British Asian Trust was really wonderful. ABBA was one of the first persons who's agreed to pay us to profile their grantees in India, and has kind of given us the confidence and the confidence that there would be revenue streams from day one. And Sightsavers International, their head Elizabeth in India, has been very supportive. I mean, within an hour into a meeting, she promised us so much of support. They want to get Sightsavers International profiled and some of their partners. And from every meeting that we come away, people are either emailing their databases by the time we get into office. So I would say we're going to have really a long list of partners very, very soon.
So what is the current status of the GuideStar India project?
This is my favorite question, because I've been like itching or waiting for us to move from a storyboard or from idea to something that you really click on www.guidestarindia.org and you have a live search. So we have a static page at the moment, and we were so impatient, so we came up with the idea of having a blog so that we have some dynamic content and some interaction with NGOs. We have made a detailed inventory of various sources that we are going to look at. So in a sense, I'm actually jumping as I speak with you. We have our business plan in place. Our data acquisition strategy has been documented. We hope to have the site go live in 2 months from now. The technical specification for the site is done. I would say we are yet to sign in ink, but all the iterations are nearly through. So we know what is going into the database immediately and what kind of fields you would see. There's some amount of testing that is currently underway by the developers. So if you ask me, the current status is very much under development. The data acquisition, to be precise, we have some 732 organizations on our Excel sheet that we are building in the office. We've clearly identified where the first 1,500 are going to be there. So mid-August, that is about a month from now, we'll have first-hand verified 1,500 NGO records. Hopefully we should be going live with that. And like I said, there's a plan to have about 7,500 NGOs at the close of year 1.